Let's do it.
Hello again, you extraordinary, I mean really people, extraordinary subscribers. Welcome back, everybody, to the Hemingway Land YouTube channel. Some years ago, we had a gentleman call the office here. This is back when I used to answer the phones. Inquiring about our Hawaii County property. He called and he specifically identified the property as the Hawaii County property. And he went on throughout the phone call to repeatedly, not once, not twice, multiple times, refer to the property as the Hawaii County property. Now, this was unusual to begin with because most people who call the office, they don't identify things by county. They're just like, that new property, or it's like 10 acres in New Mexico, or whatever. But they don't identify it specifically by the county. Well, anyway, he called and he said, hey, I'm really interested in this Hawaii County property. Oh my God, I'm totally ready to buy this. Okay, great. I just have some questions. Sure, go ahead. Now, his very first question revealed his ignorance, that he had not read the listing or watched the video or even really looked at the photos, because the questions were all pretty, self-explanatory. If you had even looked at the photos, you would know the answer to his first question. Does this have power? Yes, it's in the headline. Yes, it has power. Oh, okay. All right, great. All right. I really like this property. I can't wait to buy it. Let me ask you, how close is this to the ocean, this Hawaii County property? So as we write in the listing, it's about 6 blocks from the ocean. Oh my God, 6 blocks. That's fantastic. That's incredible. I can't wait. I'm ready to buy this. Okay, great. And let me ask you, are there any houses nearby? It's a property close to the ocean. Yeah, there's houses nearby. It's a pretty built up, developed community. You can see photos in the photo. Oh my God, these photos. Oh, this is incredible. This is great. This is great. And he goes on then to ask like a number of other questions, all, again, very fundamental. You wouldn't call somebody and say, I'm ready to spend, I think the property's like $35,000. I'm ready to spend $35,000 without first identifying some of the basic aspects of the property. I feel. Anyway, but he went on to ask a few more questions. And finally, he's like, oh my God, I'm ready to buy this. Let me just ask you one last question. I'm just really curious. This Hawaii County property, what part of Texas is this in? Now, I tell this story as a way of illustrating that I don't know what you don't know. And that's a pretty addled example. This person was clearly either a prank phone call, though I really don't believe that to be the case, or they were concussed, okay? But what part of Texas is the Hawaii County property in is a good example of I don't know what you don't know, and I don't learn that you're even confused about things until it comes up in a phone call. And that brings me to the point of today's video 3 minutes in. So, recently we had a phone call from someone who was not concussed, who was not confused, and they had a problem with the website. And when the problem was eventually articulated to me, I thought, well, that's a pretty good concern. I never thought about that before. That one has escaped me all these years, and maybe other people are having this problem, and I should take a moment to explain it here in the video, if for no other reason than to help people navigate our listings better. So anyway, the problem goes like this. They got to the New Mexico page. They say, I see you have a map search filter here, but I'm clicking it, and I don't think anything's changing. Now, things are changing, but they're changing below the fold, which means you have to scroll down to know what it's set up as, and then you have to click on a region, scroll back down to see that, oh, look, it's changed. It's filtered the results by the region of the state. And this person could not figure that out because they didn't understand that the primary way the listings were organized was alphabetically. And additionally, they don't know what county is where. So even when they were scrolling down to the region they wanted, they didn't know that those properties were in that region. And I think that's a pretty good concern. And I will tell you guys that since we have gotten this call, I have been vexed. I have been tormented by this, trying to come up with, if you were to do a different kind of search function, search filter on the various state pages, how would you do it? What would you do? And I've come up with about a half dozen different ways, none of which I'm really in love with, none of which do I think are a one-size-fits-all solution to this problem. And I will say, guys, Doesn't make much of a difference in Hawaii, where there's only 5 counties. We only list property in one of them. Doesn't make a difference in Oregon, where for the foreseeable future, we may only be buying in 1 or 2 counties. But it makes a difference in New Mexico. It makes a difference in a state where there's 33 counties, and we buy and sell in at least half of them at any one time. Particularly if you come to our website looking for properties like the ones we're going to list today, small dollar properties, super affordable, starting at $800, and you're like, I'm really interested in those properties. Where are they? And then you find out that alphabetically they're in the last category. They're in the last county, So you would have to come to the New Mexico page, scroll, keep scrolling. Your finger gets sore. Where are these listings at? I give up. I'm going to go look at more interesting things on the internet. I just censored a joke I was going to make, guys. Anyway, so the point, people. We've got 98 new listings going live today in a county where we have another 150 active listings right now. And if you are interested in these small dollar properties right outside of Albuquerque that are in Valencia with the V county, all you have to do, guys, make the search super simple for yourself. Come to the center part of the state here, click on these 5 counties, which are respectively Bernalillo, Santa Fe, Sandoval, Torrance, and Valencia. And then the results will be filtered that way, and you can scroll down to see just the properties in those counties, or more specifically, the properties in Rio del Oro, or the properties we will be listing today in Rio Grande Estates. So, just throwing that out there, guys, if you have been having the same difficulty that the person on the phone was having, again, I will refresh the page, if you've been having that same difficulty, and I imagine most of you have not, most of you have been watching these videos, coming to the website for a while, you guys are hip, you guys are in the know, I understand. But if you are new to this channel, or if you are watching this video someday in the future, and you would like to know a better way to search properties in a state like this where we have so many of them, you can search by region. I assume most people don't know what city is in what county, or which county is which on the map, but I assume most people who are looking for land know that, like, Cibola National Forest is here, Taos and Angel Fire up here, Las Cruces is down here, Roswell's over here, whatever. They have a basic sense of the map. And if you are looking for properties in at least that specific region, that specific collection of counties, just click on this portion of the map, and then you can scroll down to whatever is available there, which right now is not that much. Blah, blah, blah. So, thank you all for watching this public service announcement. Very long-winded public service announcement, but I just want to get this out of the way because somebody brought something to my attention that I had never thought of before. All right. With all that said, guys, we have, as I mentioned, 98 new listings going live in Rio Grande Estates in Valencia County this week. A subdivision video, distillation of all human knowledge video about the subdivision will be posted elsewhere on the channel. But today, however, we are going to narrow down the 98 to the top 10 best new listings in Rio Grande Estates, debuting this Friday here on the website. Here we go. Take it away, video editor. All right, people, going live on the website this week, we are back with a bulk acquisition of new properties in Valencia County's Rio Grande Estates subdivision. More specifically, guys, we've purchased 141 parcels, which, when you combine the adjacents, shakes out to 98 new listings. These 98 new listings, by the way, range in size from single half-acre lots to combinations of adjacent lots totaling as much as 3 acres of land. And you'll be glad to know that while the prices of everything else in the country are going up, there are no tariffs on land. Ergo, a little bit of Latin, people, ergo, our prices for lots in this region have remained the same as the last time we did one of these. Those prices, it should be noted, are 3-acre properties priced at $4,800, 2.5-acre properties priced at $4,000, 2-acre properties priced at $3,200. I presume we're picking up on a pattern here. 1.5-acre properties priced at $2,400. 1-acre properties priced at $1,600. And single half-acre lots priced at a mere $800. All, it should be noted, with affordable financing options. Now, keep in mind, guys, if you are interested in learning more about Rio Grande Estates, we will have a separate, exhaustive subdivision video posted on each of the listing pages for properties in this region. For the purposes of this video, however, we will go over only the broad brushstrokes. So first, our subdivision today is located roughly 30 minutes south of Albuquerque. It is situated in Valencia County with the I-25 and the Rio Grande to its west, the Manzano Mountains to its east, the Socorro County line to its south, and occupies all of the land you see outlined here on the map. It is a massive subdivision consisting of over 100,000 parcels, about half of which are 1 acre in size, and the other half are a half acre in size. I hope that makes sense. Additionally, guys, while the western parts of the subdivision sit in close proximity to both Los Lunas and Berlin, and thus have been built up to some extent with roads, homes, and utilities, the vast majority of the subdivision is undeveloped. Fortunately, this lack of development tends to appeal to a lot of people looking to buy larger chunks of land at affordable prices. They can either develop with more freedom or privacy or both. These, of course, tend to be what we will call rugged individualist types who are fine blading their own roads or using solar panels or basically building up their land from scratch. And, of course, fortunately, guys, this entire region has no HOA, no annual dues, no covenants or restrictions, and thus all of this is a lot easier to accomplish. Now, it should be noted, guys, this subdivision does fall under Valencia County's rural residential zoning designation, which overall is fairly permissive and allows for mobile and modular homes, as well as RVing and camping for up to 30 days each year. And as always, guys, keep in mind, if you are looking at this region for the purposes of building, you will want to purchase at least 1 acre of land. The single half-acre lots can be used for recreational purposes, but they become a lot more complicated and expensive to develop, for reasons I go into greater detail on in the subdivision video. Now, with 98 new listings going live this week, it would be difficult and perhaps a little boring, guys, to discuss all of them. I will, however, take you through the highlights with what I am calling the top 10 new listings in Valencia County's Rio Grande estates. And as you can tell, guys, we have a real talent for branding here at Hemingway Land. Anyway, we will be linking all of these properties underneath the video in the order that I discussed them, so if there are any you're interested in, just pay attention to the reference numbers as we write them on the screen. Here we go. Starting off, our first property is this 1 acre lot, or a combination of 2 adjacent half-acre parcels, located in Unit F like Foxtrot, and situated just west of Highway 47, which should make it very easy to access. In addition, the nearest power lines are about 500 feet away along the highway, and as you can see, there are a few developed home sites in close proximity. All of that, of course, adds up to the type of property that should be easier and more affordable to develop, as well as one which we can reasonably assume will appreciate in value over the next few years faster than many of the couple thousand other like-type lots in this vast region. Moving on, guys, this 1 acre listing is another combination of 2 adjacent half-acre parcels, and is located in Unit H like Hotel. And much as our first property, this one is also situated within close proximity of developed home sites which have power running to them, both about 1,200 feet away, as well as easy access to the 47 with good road conditions in between here along Escobar and Good Hope. So another good property for anyone looking for land they can develop or invest in. And within close proximity of this listing sits our next new property. Again, another combination of adjacent lots totaling 1 acre, also located in Unit H, just up the street off of Escobar. This one is even closer to the highway and even closer to development and residential power lines, and much as with the last 2 properties, that makes it ideal for development or, again, guys, investment. And of course, keep in mind, guys, I keep saying investment because if we pull back on the map just a bit to acclimate us a little better, all the properties I'm showing you are within these regions of the subdivision closest to encroaching development. Doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be worth $1 million 5 years from now, but when you combine the way this region is getting built up with the speed at which property values increase, these all seem like good buy and hold or even buy and resell properties. Alright, also in this region, but a little further south of the railroad tracks, we have this combination of 4 adjacent half-acre lots totaling 2 acres, located in Unit J like Juliet. And as you can see, this one has easy access to Escobar and then Turbine, 2 of the major arterials in this region, and to its west you have a number of nearby developed home sites, which means residential power is no further than about 800 feet away. Now, it should be noted, guys, that the home sites you see over here are not part of Rio Grande Estates. This is a different subdivision, which we have also bought and sold in 2 times in the past. This region consists of larger 10-acre ranchettes, and you see some nice developed properties in this subdivision. Point being, you will be able to piggyback on some of their residential utility services as well as their property values. Next up, moving back north of the railroad tracks, again we find another combination of adjacent half-acre lots totaling another 1 acre, this one in Unit O like Oscar. And I keep mentioning the unit numbers, guys, just to give you a better sense of the plat map and perhaps a better sense of what you should be looking for if reviewing the giant list of these we have displayed on our site. Whatever the case, Unit O is located in this region, just east of this industrial area, and just north of these residential home sites here. Power is a little further off, about 3/4 of a mile away, and while this area may not get built up or appreciate as quickly as the others, from this property you will have easy access back here to the 304, which of course will get you into nearby Berlin or hook you up to the I-25 a lot faster. Next up, our 6th property sits about 2 blocks south of here, also in Unit O, also 2 adjacent half-acre parcels, and also totaling 1 acre of land. And of course, everything I just said about the last property applies equally to this one, except this one is a scooch closer to power and development, and thus maybe a little bit easier to get connected to the grid, should you choose to develop it. Our next property is a single half-acre lot. It can be found in Unit U, like uniform, and is located over here just east of the 47. And I bring this one to your attention specifically because it is so easy to access from the highway. As noted earlier, guys, these single half-acre lots are best as recreation properties, and we sell a lot of these to people who want to visit the area seasonally, park their RV and camp for a few weeks before moving on to some other location. Point being, having one where the road conditions are still easy to navigate but isn't right on the main road and has a little bit of privacy tends to be what those buyers look for. Additionally, if you ever did want to expand the property boundaries and buy the lots next to you, it probably would not be that hard to do, and it's something we could even potentially assist you with. Moving on, our 8th property is a combination of 3 adjacent half-acre lots totaling 1.5 acres in Unit V like Victor. And when we're zoomed in like this one may not look like much, but if we pull back just a bit, we can see that this one sits right in the path of development. You've got these developed home sites to the south, the solar array to the north, this built-up residential community, and this developing part of Rio del Oro to the north, and easy access to both Navajo Road as well as the 47. Point being, this one, like many of the others, is ideally situated for both development as well as investment. Next up, our 9th property is just a little bit south of here, also in Unit V. This one, however, is 2 adjacent half-acre lots totaling 1 acre, and as you can see, it sits just north of this developed home site, residential power lines, and these access roads off of the 47, which it looks to me as if these people probably helped to grade. And that, of course, ultimately makes it easier for you to access your land. And so, yet again, I echo the refrain, good for development, good for investment. Moving on, the 10th property on our top 10 list can be found just south of here, still in Unit V and right off the highway. This one, guys, is another single lot listing, but this one is actually one of the anomalies in the plat. For as you can see, because of its location as a cul-de-sac lot, it is not only larger than all the half-acre parcels that surround it, but it is also larger than any 2 of them put together, meaning it forms a large by local standards, 1.28 acre cul-de-sac lot right off the highway, right in the path of development, within 900 feet of residential power lines, making it even better suited for development and investment purposes. And finally, guys, a bonus property for those of you who don't want land close to development, for those of you who, like Thomas Hardy, want to be far from the maddening crowd, literature reference. You will enjoy the privacy and solitude afforded to you in this, our largest new property, 3 acres or 3 adjacent 1 acre lots found in the far eastern end of the sub in Unit 18. This one looks like it's easiest to access off a military highway in the east, but you're still going to have to get someone out there probably to help you survey and stake the property, as well as blade the roads. But once that's done, you will be free to develop the homestead oasis of your dreams. Plenty of privacy out here, guys. And of course, people, as always, if these 11 listings didn't do it for you, if you are looking to compare and contrast all the new ones and find the one that works best for you, you can come to our New Mexico page. Our listings are alphabetized by county, and you can scroll until you come to Valencia. Or, guys, look at this. Check this out. You can use this handy map filter up top. Click on the central region of the state here, and it will filter the results down to these 5 counties, which includes Valencia. Then just scroll down to Valencia County, click on our Rio Grande Estates master information page here, and you will be taken to this page where we have a list of all the available inventory organized by legal description, unit, block, and lot. And if there's anything you don't understand about this, just watch the video posted at the top of this page. It'll give you a quick tutorial in how best to sift through all these properties and find the one that works best for you. With all that said, going live on the website next week, nothing will be going live on the website next week because the person who is in charge of the website will be off. That being said, guys, in the absence of new properties, we'll be doing a video about old properties. Ooh, Look forward to that. And then coming up in the month of September, new properties all throughout New Mexico, from the plains to the mountains to the valleys and the forests and everywhere in between. More New Mexico properties. So things to look forward to in September. Everybody have a great 7 days, and we will see you back here in our next video.